Go in with bonsai plants. They're well easy.
Bonsai?
These are all bonsai. Like these are all bonsai plants. Yeah, it's called a succulent, and they hold a water because they live in the desert loads.
Okay, they live in the desert.
Yeah, they live in the desert, and then they flower like once every 4 years and stuff as well. And then
So let me get this straight. We've had about 2-3 episodes of Leah crying because somebody else came and took her man, and then she's okay with taking her best friend's guy. Make that make sense? I know everyone in the villa is there for themselves, but the fact that the girls were consoling her and were comforting her, for her to say yes to Connor and to continue to pursue that doesn't make sense. Anyway, Connor himself is responsible for his actions. I hope Miguel left the girls shooketh. I hope he pursues Jana because I think they would be an amazing couple. I think they would be an amazing couple. You could see that all the boys were shooketh the moment he walked in, and then when he started kissing the girls. And Kendall is a fool. Kendall is a fool. How dare you say it will jump him after the challenge? Oh my God. Hey there. Thanks for stopping by your girl, Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button. Turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. And definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island USA, Season 6, Episode 8. It's interesting that you leave Love Island UK where it's calm, it's kumbaya, it's peaceful. Yeah, they're messy. And then you come to the Love Island USA and it's fireworks. It's popping off. The producers are messy. How dare they send a text message to tell, Cordell and Hakeim that they need to sit down? Why didn't they just flash a light for them to sit down or just signal to them to sit down? That was shady as hell. Anyway, you have the new couples storm off. No one is being dumped, which is good. And then you have Leah. She's on a warpath. She is pissed. She is furious. She feels betrayed by Rob. That's the impression that I get. And it's like, this thing with Rob wasn't working. She didn't see it, but it wasn't working. Or she chose not to see it because she really liked him. But it wasn't working. He was a totally different man with her than he is with Andrea. Let us be honest. Let us be truthful. With Andrea, he is free. He is, as she said, he's like a high school kid, is giddy. So you can't force someone to like you, really. And I don't get why, if she got the ick from him, she should have told him that you gave me the ick by, crawling into the fetal position and crying and then diving into the pool and hiding under that bleacher or bench that he was hiding under. That makes sense. But for her to then be kicking off and be yelling and stuff, it shows you're affected. It shows you're affected because if you weren't bothered, you wouldn't have a reaction to it. You just move on. You wouldn't even care what he's doing or where he's going. You wouldn't be upset that he took Andrea to Soul Ties. And Rob is having an amazing time. He's living his best life. He took Andrea to Soul Ties. They made out. They seem comfortable. They're more natural. They're more organic as a couple than he was with Leah. With Leah, there was an element of forcing or pretending. Whereas with this, it seems organic. It seems natural. And I hope this works out for him because it would be sad for him to have to go back and grovel to Leah after Leah has called him out in the changing room with the ladies. And then you have Hakeim and Liv. That was coming. We all knew it was coming because Hakeim out of the blue. I personally didn't understand why he stood his butt and stood up there because he had literally had one conversation with Nicole. So I don't know what made him believe that one conversation would amount to them becoming a couple. It didn't make sense to me and I still didn't understand it and I still don't understand why he thought that was a good idea. So Liv is a hot boy. The way she kicked off, I understand where she's coming from. If he is giving her rules every time and is calling out everything she's doing wrong, then she should be able to do the same. He should also change. He can't expect her to change to be the girl that he wants, and he's not willing to do any work. That I don't get. And this is why I get why she's furious. She has every right to be furious. And so it's up to him to decide, does he want to make the changes needed or does he have to grovel? I think he's going to have to grovel because his only other play is to go after Hannah. And I don't know whether Hannah will entertain him after he's been with her friend because Hannah and Liv are close friends. So I think that door is now shut and I don't know where else he can go because the only other person is Leah. And I don't think he sees Leah in that light and I don't think Leah sees him in that light as well. I try to have a straight face when I watch these shows, but Love Island USA is giving me life. It's giving me life. The fact that Hakeim, he's venting about what's happened to, Jana and Connor. And so he's saying that she's behaving very immaturely. And it's like, yes, she shouldn't have screamed, but you shouldn't have said the horrible things you did. And at the end of the day, the two of you are behaving in a very immature way. It's just your voice is calmer than hers. She is storming off to the girls' changing room. She vents there, then she went off. I think the producers had to call her back. I think she was about to storm out of the villa because she was that furious. I'm surprised her friends didn't follow her. And it's like, it's really sad. It's really sad. I think Hakeim and Liv are going to ride it out to the end. I think they're going to be that fiery all the way to the end, because he is the one who can, I think he's the only one who can deal with her, because when she goes off, he is calm. So she goes, she freaks out, and then she comes back once she's calmed herself. That's my impression, and that's my hope for the two of them, because I love them. I love their messy selves, and I love them as a couple. Initially, I couldn't understand them, but this I love. This is my type of mess. This I love. And then you had Connor, the audacity. He's doing very well in his couple, Jana. And for him to suddenly, out of the blue, come out and say that he wants to explore things with Leah does not make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Because when did he suddenly get interested in Leah? And of all the girls in the villa, Leah is very close friends with Jana. So I don't know how he thinks that's a good look. I personally don't get it. I really don't understand it. I was surprised that you saw him soon after having a conversation with Leah. I don't even know why. Because Leah is busy venting about Rob, so she's not even listening to what he's saying. Maybe he should have waited a day or two, but he went in immediately. Leah as well, in my opinion, is Janae's friend. The least she could have done is she should have told him, thank you very much for coming to me, but I really don't think you're the right person for me just because I'm very close to friends with Janae. I know I should be here for myself, but I don't think this is it for me. Give me some time to sort of process what I'm going through. And once I finish, then we can sort of come up with a plan of whether we want to try and pursue this or not. Sorry about the noise in the background. I don't know who's cutting their grass. Anyway, and then you have Janae. Janae, she's the sweetest thing ever. And to have Aaron help her study plants because she was crying and she's saying, you know, I don't understand where Leah stands. I know where Connor stands, but Leah, I'm not sure whether to trust her or not. And they love plants and stuff. And then you had Aaron sort of trying to teach her about plants so that she could know what plants. And he said, when you walk past that plant, you tell him it's this. When you see this plant, you tell him it's this. That way you have something. And it's like, this is the sweetest thing ever. This is the cutest thing ever. I couldn't love it anymore. It reminds me of Kieran and Mimi from Love Island UK. If Leah talks about this man one more time, we're going to give her a timeout. She should do a live. She should just cry in a corner and then move on, because the islanders get ready for bed. I love Liv. She had this wall tower between her and Hakeim. Hakeim didn't seem bothered. He didn't comment. He didn't say anything. They are my type of mess. I love them. They are now my favorite couple in the villa. I hope they mend and they continue and they have these hiccups. It will be entertainment gold for me. I'm surprised that the way Kendall was talking about, oh, your boy's going to get a hug. And it's like, seriously, after all the hell you gave Hannah, this is the way you're moving. And for him to go into bed and first night be making out with Nicole doesn't make sense to me. Yes, I think it's Leah who's next to him, but still it's disrespectful given the hell you raised when Hannah kissed, Hakeim. And I love the fact that Hannah has chosen to go high when they go low, because I would have gone lower. I would have woken up out of bed and asked, what are you doing? Do you remember yelling at me? Do you remember making me cry because I kissed somebody? And here you are, barely a few hours after coupling with somebody else, you're already making out with them in bed. Even Rob, oh my God, these boys, it's the level of disrespect for me. It's the level of disrespect, but I'm here for it. Anyway, the islanders go to sleep. Conversation in the kitchen, I think, was disrespectful. Yes, it was just them talking about nothing, but I still feel like Connor should have pulled Leah aside instead of talking to her right where sort of Janae is, because that's not good for her. Because one, this is a friend. Two, she knows he's trying to explore a romantic connection with her, whether or not he thinks he's being transparent. And the topic they were talking about, sweets and stuff, just still didn't make sense to me. So I give her credit for sort of moving away and going to sit somewhere with Serena and sort of having a conversation with her and sort of trying to sort of distract herself from what was going on. Do I think Leah and Rob deserve to have a conversation? Yes, I do. But I think they should have waited until cooler heads prevailed. Or maybe they should have had a mediator. Somebody should have sat in between them, someone like Janae, and sort of been sort of the mediator to sort of make sure that they both address their concerns. Rob, I don't think really liked her like that, because the fact that he hasn't apologized doesn't make sense to me. I think he liked her, but not as much as he likes as he likes Andrea. So this is very evident. And also, I think the fact that, Leah has behaved the way she's behaved is what's upset him. I think he's used to girls sort of caring about him and how he feels. And so to have someone who doesn't even show or make an effort to show that she cares about him, I think has been heartbreaking. And this is why he's very upset. What do I think to the end of it? No, it is what it is. And for Connor to be chatting again to Leah a second time when we haven't even seen him, and Jana talking after he was cuddling her in bed doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. And you can see everyone is looking out for, Jana, because they're really worried for her, because they know that Connor really likes this girl. And sadly, no other guy has come in. I hope they bring in bombshell guys. That way, the girls get an opportunity to pick someone, because it would be really sad for Jana to go home. I think she's a great addition to the villa, and I think she'd be sadly missed if she were to leave. So I hope they bring in a guy for her and she's able to establish a connection and see how it goes. At the moment, the way the villa is, I don't know who I would want to leave. Everybody I would want to stay, because everybody brings something to the table. And for Kendall to be talking to Jana and sort of update her and sort of try to sort of coach her in what to do and how to make sure she keeps Connor's attention is amazing. I'm really here for these boys, because they are trying to look after the girls and be amazing. I remember they made breakfast for Liv to sort of cheer her up, and they apologized on behalf of Hakeim, which was sweet. All I can say is the UK is lagging. They really need to come up with a different plan, because the Americans are bringing it. They are. Oh my God. Normally, I don't like the challenges whereby they're kissing 2,000 people or they're passing saliva from one person to the other. But this kissing challenge, I assume, was sponsored by Maybelline. And it was interesting to see how the people were moving, because they had blindfolds on and they had headphones on. People were able to kiss the person that they wanted without feeling guilty, in the sense that if it was a guy who was fancying a girl and he was already in a couple, for example, Jana, Connor and Leah situation, Connor was able to go in because he knew that Jana couldn't see what was happening. But then she found out when people started grading Connor that, Connor actually went all in on Leah and didn't do much on May. And for Hannah, for her to enjoy Hakeim was amazing, because they did try to explore a connection. She cut it off because her partner Kendall said no. Now she can open up, because she said, after this kissing challenge, this person, we need to have a chat. And they do need to have a chat. There is a possibility that they could explore things. It's a bit challenging because she's friends with Liv, so I don't know how Liv will feel about that, but hey, it is what it is. And Miguel was like, he came on smoke. I loved it. I love the fact that he left all the girls shooketh and they didn't know what to do. And Jana was the only one who asked, who is that? Because they couldn't tell who it was. They couldn't. And his body, they'd never felt it or seen it before. And the way he kissed them, I think, left a lot of them with the flutters is all I can say. This was an amazing episode. I really enjoyed it. I don't know how I feel about the Leah situation, though. From the trailer that we've seen for the next episode, I don't like that she's going after Jana's guy. I know everybody's in there for themselves, but when Leah was breaking, Jana was one of the people that were picking her up and inspiring her. So for her to then go after Jana's man doesn't make sense, given the fact that Jana had to console her when she was crying about the fact that Rob had moved on and she was trying to explore things with Connor, knowing fully well that Jana's in a couple with Connor and it should be the other way around, the comforting. But anyway, I digress. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 7. Bye guys.